But we must be thankful that Laszlo lives here on earth, and that he lives in the eternal joy and peace and freedom of the heavenly kingdom of God. As an opening hymn today, the family has chosen the hymn Amazing Grace. We will sing verses 1, 3, and 6. You will find the hymnals beneath the pew in front of you, on the front row there underneath the pew. So I invite you to take your hymnal, turn to page 378. Please stand as we sing Lord.
Last week, thinking about what to say, about how to describe Laszlo and my life or friendship with him. I'll start with his incredible family. Laszlo Sr., Poppy, Yoko were a great example of family togetherness. They were supportive, giving, trusting, the right amount of discipline. When I had some issues of my teenage years, they were there for me, took me in, provided me a loving environment that just basically set my foundation. It's during these times that I got real close with lives. It's like a brother to me. I believe those times make me a better husband and father in my life. This strong family foundation is what gives Laz, what makes him so great. It's what makes him such a good judge of character and friends. This one Indian found Jackie, such a great woman and mother. Jackie, just wants you to know we'll always be there for you. I want to come by, we want to come by, tell stories, and remember about their dad. The journey I took with lives, some of the best life-altering events in my life. I'm going to tell you about a few. First time seeing snow. Hadn't seen snow in 16, 17 years of my life. I decided one day just to jump in a car, borrowed a cousin's car, and drove up to North Carolina. Remember opening the windows and it was snowing, driving up the mountain, pouring over me, and playing in the snow. Old teenagers jumping around like young children in the snow. Driving up the mountain in icy conditions with roll tires. Crazy young. We rented some skis, figured out how to put them on. Said, we don't need lessons. It's just good to help. Went up there and tumbled down, probably a few minor fractures, but probably for the next 8 to 10 years of my skiing, took trips. My trip to Europe, see, going in the year, I mean, Probably Laszlo got his tickets. I think they said, I think I might have paid him back a little bit, I don't know. Bought his tickets to Europe, sent a bunch of kids, 20-year-old kids to Europe. So have fun. There's some places to stay, places to live. Allow them to have some fun. Good time. And just that 5 or 6 weeks we were over there, it's just we grew up. We made memories. And later went, took trips, more ski trips to LA. I remember going to college and doing a big old ski trip to North Carolina where we drove in the back of a pickup truck from Tallahassee to Jacksonville in the freezing cold, pick up the van and pile people in and drive to North Carolina. Great trip, no snow. We're on a ski trip and no snow. Sometime after high school, we were both in community college. Having a good time, but I think one night we got together and said, we need to get better. We need to take it to the next level. And really shortly after, we were renting a truck, powering all our belongings in, heading up to Tallahassee. Both graduated college. Had a great time with it too. I went to our weddings. We were best men at each other's weddings. Crazy guys, I remember. I smashed a little cake on my wife's face. We had to dress last twice in his wedding. We ended up, you know how to celebrate life. You know how to really live life. If anybody's ever been around me, they do that. You truly define life at a party. Live life like it's your last day, last day, pre-event. Always made the best of everything, every interaction. Everyone you met, when you walked in a room, you knew he was there, and the room was better, it was happier. He just had a presence, an incredible presence about him. Just this week, I was talking to a couple friends who didn't know Mo, didn't know Laszlo, Jose and Greg. But they said you can know somebody for 30 years and easily forget them. But you can know Lash for 30 minutes and never forget them. That's the kind of impact person he was. If you look around the room, there's just tons of people here across Laszlo's life, with millions of stories in your own. I guess it's just tons of good stories and great memories. I'll say Laszlo lives on for all of us. We'll never, those are permanent. Will help us flourish for the rest of our lives and through our children. If I had to guess what he was saying today, right now, if anybody's looking at us, he'd say, enjoy life. Go after what you want, the passion. Get together, celebrate life more often. Take care of your family and friends. Until we meet in life.
Norman Hanson, and I was looking at one of my best friends for about 17 years. And I say one of his best friends because there's so many that we see out there today that were his best friends as well. And that was the beauty of life. And once you got to know him, sometimes that was the tricky part, but once you got to know him, he became one of his people. One of Laz's most best and unique qualities was his brutal honesty. There was never a superficial or pretend conversation. Laszlo was going to tell you like it was. He was always on your side. We all probably have a story about Laz that we experienced when we first meeting. My first encounter with brutal honesty happened to me within the first 30 minutes I'd ever met Laz. We were in the recruiter's office out of college, going for our first jobs. And Laz and I just happened to be in the waiting room at the same time. And maybe we spoke for a minute or two, what he was on, that type of thing. And then we were back, taking this aptitude test, personality test. It was monitored. We weren't supposed to talk to anybody. And just like I am now, probably a little bit, I was nervous. And, one of the parts of the interview was, write this essay on why you'd be good for this job. And I got a little nervous, and I stumbled on this word that was maybe, a 4 or 5 letter word at first grade that they spelled it. But I was nervous, so I looked around to see if the monitor was looking. I tapped Laz on the shoulder and said, a little nervous here. Does this look right? Thinking that he's going to confirm or deny it. He looked up at me and he said, are you effing stupid? I was so taken aback. The only thing I could reply was, no, I don't think so. So, we left, and lo and behold, we did get the same job and started working together. I've been here with a lot of the old linear families here today. But the thing about Laz is we probably all know some people that have that, brutal honesty traits to them. But here's the difference with Laz. Here's what made Laz so special. Is that he balanced that brutal honesty with fierce loyalty. Laz never put a relationship at risk with his honesty. It was always for our good. And he wanted us to be better. His loyalty will stick with me forever. If we were stranded 4 states away and needed someone to drive 12 hours per night to get you, you were going to call Laz. Laz would come and get you, and you would probably get some advice on where you went wrong, but he was going to be there for you. And I truly believe that Laszlo's loyalty was the fuel for his fight for these past couple of years. He wanted to be there with us. He wanted to be that loyal friend, son, brother, husband that he has always been to us. Laszlo and Bobby, thank you for raising a terrific son. A man who gave us the blueprint on how to be so loyal, how to be a good friend, how to be a fighter. Thank you so much for the gift of Laszlo. Jackie, I'm in awe of your strength and your compassion. Thank you for being the love of Laszlo's life. Thank you for giving him the best days of his life. Thank you for giving him those two beautiful children. We love you so much, Jackie. And Laz, I love you so much, buddy. We all love you. And we're going to miss you so much. We're going to count on you too. We're going to count on you to remind us of the lessons you taught us when we needed most. I love you, buddy.
Those of you who do not know me, I'm Laszlo's mother. Our beloved son Laszlo, a brother, a husband, a father, and a great, great friend. I am here to say a few words about my son. When I thought about what am I going to say, there is so much I could say. I thought to myself, well, I'm just going to take his cue, and here's an example of his cue. We were invited to Chris and Chris's wedding, and that's the first time Jackie came to our house in Florida with Laszlo. And he was the best man, as Chris had mentioned. And we're all sitting at the table with Stephanie and everybody else, and Stephanie's mother. And I looked at Laszlo and I said, "Did you write anything down for the speech? You're the best man. Are you ready?" Laszlo looked at me and says, "Mom, I'm just going to speak from my heart." And he got up and did a speech like no other, without any preparation, because he didn't need any. He spoke from his heart for his beloved friends. He always spoke from his heart. So here, I'm going to speak from my heart to you. During these 5 years of battle with this cancer, I have written a couple of letters to him and to Ildiko. And this is a letter that I have written back in 2011. 2010 is when he was diagnosed and had his first surgery. And we all had so much hope that he is going to beat this. We all did researches and research after research to see how we could help him, how we could get him to the best doctors, how we could change the course of this horrible disease. And after his first surgery, we all thought that this is it, they got it, they cut it out, and from now on, he's just going to recover. And it appeared to me, or it came to me that, you know, sometimes not only physical things happen to you, but spiritual things happen to you as well. And what I wanted to make sure when I wrote this letter is I wanted to give him spiritual hope. I know that he had hope and he had determination and he had every inkling in his body telling him that he's going to heal. And I wanted to support him and his sister, Ildiko, with other than just hope. I wanted to give more meaning to that. So here's the letter I'm going to share with you that I wrote to them. My dearest children, in life, always choose love, peace, and harmony. Never let fear guide you, even when you feel the most vulnerable. I have a very simple solution that has carried me through the toughest times in my life. When fear takes a hold of me, to the point where my whole insides are shaking, all I do is say to myself, "Dear God, I will not let fear guide me. You are my guidance. I put this in your hands." I say this with belief and conviction, and in an instant, all fear subsides and leaves me. There were days when I had to say this many, many times, but it worked every time. It allowed me to get through the day. My point is, there are so many tools that are given to us to help us and guide us through our life on this earth, if we just were only aware of all of them. I wish I would have been smarter and wiser at a younger age, so I would have taught you both all this when you were little. Maybe I could have eased the life challenges we are all faced with from time to time. I did not start paying attention to my spirituality until I was in my mid-30s, and maybe the reason is that I was not ready for it before. Since then, I have read many books, and it seems they all point to the same thing. Our lesson in life is to learn and experience everything with true love and to learn forgiveness. From family to friends to strangers, we need to be able to forgive, otherwise it eats away at us, sometimes through a whole lifetime. If everything that we do in life with good intention, love, without greed and selfishness or malice or bad intentions, life would be relatively easy. I'm blessed because I think you both have a beautiful soul and are loving individuals. I am proud of you of being such outstanding human beings. Having said that, does not mean we are without faults. One of the hardest lessons after mastering love is forgiveness. Forgiving others and ourselves is harder to master for some people, and sometimes it takes many lives to achieve it. It is very easy to say, I forgive you, but those could be just words. I have read the way that you know how you truly can forgive someone for something that left a deep scar in you, is when you can think of that person or event or situation and feel no more emotion attached to it. This is the sign that you have digested the hurts to the point that it no longer takes emotional hold on you. You have truly forgiven when you can think of it as it never happened. There is something you can do, and I'm still trying to master it. If someone says something or does something that truly hurts you, try this. Say to yourself as soon as you feel the hurt, Dear Lord, I forgive him, her, them, whoever it might be, for they do not know what they're doing. If you do this with conviction, and you truly want to forgive them, your anger and hurt will literally melt instantly. All you feel is the peace inside your mind, heart, and soul, and you can go on as if nothing happened. This is a real lifesaver, so learn it. This way, things do not build up, pile up, to the point where you feel they are not fixable. Each of us is an individual, and we must respect this. Be unique, be different, be yourself. Don't be a follower, dance to your own music, do it all the way. Don't get lost in the masses, and do all this with love, kindness, and humility. The reason we long to be loved, long for freedom and peace, is because this is the original program from God. Rules are made by man so he can be controlled. God gave us freedom, but he also has order. There's order and balance in our bodies. There's order and balance in nature, as well in the universe. And we must have order and balance in our own lives as well. Love is nothing more than freedom, so be free to love yourself, your family, and friends. Be kind and unique, understanding individuals who does not judge others. Be Christ. This is not a name, it's a quality. God's world is not in churches, it lives within us. I am sure you are both wondering why I'm writing this letter to you. There is no special reason other than to try to let you know why I feel it is important that you always remember everything has a purpose. We have a purpose in living in this world. Our purpose is to experience every aspect of life and to perfect ourselves to that unconditional love. Our purpose, I feel, as parents, is to love, teach, and guide our children. By having learned from our own experience, We can help our children perfect themselves faster, easier to that unconditional love. So if you would like to have happiness, good health, love, prosperity throughout your life, and if you want to shield yourself against unwanted things, learn to do everything with love in your life. So turn within yourselves, Laszlo and Enrico, and find your love and peace so you can live a happy earthly life with all of your family and friends. My letter and words did not save Laszlo's life, and nothing that we have done as a family saved him. But my only hope is that in his heart and soul, he knows the meaning behind these words in my letter. I thank you all for caring about him and being his friend, and I thank you all for coming. God bless him. Thank you.
This is a reading from the second letter of Timothy. I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. From now on, there is reserved for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will give me on that day, and not only to me, but also to all who have gone the length of the journey. I'd also like to read a poem that I liked and felt was appropriate. It's called God Saw You Getting Tired. God saw he was tired, and the cure was not to be. So he put his arm around him and whispered, "Come with me." With tearful eyes, we watched them suffer, and we watched them fade away. Although we loved him dearly, we could not make him stay. Our golden heart stopped beating. Hard-working hands were laid to rest. God broke our hearts, screamed to us. We only taste the best.
In the bulb there is a flower, in the seed an apple tree, in cocoons a hidden promise, butterflies will soon be free. In the cold and snow of winter there's a spring that waits to be unrevealed until its season, something God alone can see. There's a song in every silence, seeking word and melody. There's a dawn in every darkness, bringing hope to you and me. From the past will come the future, what it holds a mystery, unrevealed until its season, something God alone can see. In our end is our beginning, in our time infinity, in our doubt there is believing, in our life eternity, in our death a resurrection, at the last a victory, unrevealed until its season, something God the